Hello, and welcome to my neck of the woods. Now, before we start, I must apologize for the dismalness of what you may see or hear in the story in which I'm about to tell. This dismal neck of the woods in which I reside is known as the Media Wasteland. It does seem kind of barren, huh? You see the house-looking thing bolted to the cliff? Well, that's my base, or it will be my base, depending on which part of my tail we're at the moment. Tail. Yeah, I think that's as good a word as any for it. To yarn a tale. Now, generally, we would start at birth or childhood, but seeing as I remember neither of those, let's start in this dismal-looking city that's beyond the house that's bolted to the cliff. In one of these buildings, I was being held in a padded room. You did hear me right. I was being held in a padded room. Now, why were they holding me in a padded room, you may ask? Well, I really don't know. Another question that can be asked here is, who are they? At this point in my tale, I had only seen a robot that was patrolling the corridor outside of the padded room. Other than that, I had no idea. Besides the robots, you may have noticed these two things on the ceiling above my head. My guess is they're robots as well. Now, whatever they are, they attach themselves to the back of a person's head and wrap their wings around your face. They also somehow tap into your nervous system and show you what they want you to see. I base this, of course, off of the fact that I have seen it happen to a person. Now, you may notice that there are two of them above me. Well, the first one ignored me when they put it in the room, and the second one was brought in because of that aspect. That one ignored me too. Now, I guess that they left him in here just in case they stopped ignoring me and they decided to attach themselves to my head. Now, I was not sure on how long I was there in the room up to that point. And as I mentioned, I didn't know who I was or where I was from. And up to that point either, I was not sure how much longer they were going to keep me in that room. Now, you're probably wondering why I started here. Well, I'll tell you. I had to start here so I can bring you up to speed from the point where I remember to the point where I'm at now, so that you'll know the basis of where I came from. Anyways, back to the tale. It was at this point that I called out to God. With no recollection of my past or where I was from, this seemed to have been an odd thing to do. But somehow, I knew to call out to God. I guess it's funny how things work sometimes. Here's where the weird part of the story starts. Right after I called out to God, the strangest thing happened. A chair appeared. Just appeared out of the middle of nowhere. Once the chair appeared in the room, the winged creatures that were nestling on the ceiling started to stir, and I was concerned that one of them or both of them would try to attach themselves to my head. There was also a slight concern that they may try to alert one of the guard robots, like the one that was patrolling outside the padded room door. Suffice to say, I figured that the chair was a way out, so I wasted no time in sitting down in the chair, and no sooner than I did that, than the room disappeared around me. Now, I couldn't exactly tell you the experience of traveling in the chair. When another room appeared around me, I knew that immediately I was someplace else. And I also had a feeling that this place was safe in comparison to the padded room that I was in. This room actually turned out to be a small building, and the only thing that was inside the room besides the chair which I arrived in was a sophisticated computer. The computer gave off a feeling of being safe, whereas the robots outside my padded room door and those winged creatures gave off a feeling of danger. I approached the computer, and the computer bid me welcome. And then the computer gave me these principles that it said I should remember. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the gentle, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the sons of God. And after the computer showed me these things I needed to remember, the computer also gave me a code name. It was the code name of Patient Zero.